So, ladies and gentlemen, the Montreal Canadiens we're talking about today started his young career on an infamous note, which almost led to the death of one of the best coaches in NHL history, if not the best. But he later on made up with it and, had a lot of contact with some of the best players and best teams in Montreal history. Of course, today we're going to be talking about seven-time Stanley Cup champion Jean-Guy Talbot. Now, I first saw Jean-Guy Talbot skate, not in the regular season game, but an alumni game for the Montreal Canadiens at the old Memorial Gardens in the mid-1970s. And he still had a lot of shifts with the puck. Now, Talbot's career in the NHL went from 1955 to 1971. Now, during his time in the ice in the Big Show, he also played for the Stars, the Red Wings, the Blues, the Sabres. And his start with Montreal led to being a heavy rear guard on the 5 consecutive cups between 56 and 60, and the resurgence of the Montreal dynasty in 65 and 66. Now, he was known for his great passing ability. He did have a very clean and physical style, which was known for his big body checks, and he wore the now famous number 17 during his 13 seasons with Montreal. Now, over the course of his career, he played more than 1,000 games, 1,056, scoring 43 goals and added 242 assists for 285 points. He also had almost a point penalty minute per game pace of almost 1, as he collected 1,006 minutes in the sin bin. He was voted a first-team All-Star in '62 and was selected to 6 All-Star games between 1956 and 1977. Now, we're talking about Scotty Bowman as a career ender. They were playing junior hockey, and some people say it was deliberate, some people say it's an accident, and he high stick slashed Bowman in the head, which caused a fractured skull, and Bowman, on the advice of his doctors, never played again. Bowman said in published reports, and also in his most recent book he did with Ken Dryden, he holds no ill will towards Jean-Guy, and him and Jean-Guy would work together years later within the Montreal Canadiens format. Now, upon retirement, Talbot decided to give back to hockey. He had played with St. Louis from the expansion year of the squad to 1970, and that means Talbot, if you include 1967, he played in 11 Stanley Cup Finals. That's quite amazing feat there. He, by my knowledge, I don't think he played in the *55 season, which was Montreal's loss to Detroit. So, I mean, you look at all the Stanley Cup appearances with Montreal, the ones with St. Louis, he was quite successful in all aspects of his game. Now, if you look at the raw statistics, his best season was his most offensive in 1962. He had 5 goals and 42 assists for 47 points. Now, Talbot was always said instead in the published reports he wanted to go on to a coaching career. And Talbot took on the St. Louis head coaching position in '72, replacing the later head boss for the Islanders, Al Arbour, who was a former Blue, who had been fired for the position. And we still don't know why Arbour was fired, because Arbour was a good coach, but St. Louis had no major offense at the time. Now, he held the position for St. Louis for 2 years and got him all the way to the quarterfinals in the '73 season after a 4th-place finish in the West with a record of 30, 28, and 7 for Talbot. Now, next year he was fired by St. Louis because he had basically a 500 record. Now, he got away from coaching for a while. He eventually became the head coach of all teams, the Ottawa Civics, in '75-76. In 41 games, he only won 14, and the team folded after that regular season. Now, Talbot was given a 3rd shot at being a head coach, and he was made the head coach of the rebuilding Rangers in 1977-78 with a 30, 37, and 13 record, which allowed him to get to the round of, round of 12, the preliminaries, and he lost out. But Talbot was kind of a different cat. He was known for wearing a warm-up suit behind the bench during games rather than a normal business suit worn by the majority of coaches. I can tell you, it wasn't flattering. So it was kind of a joke. But you got to understand, 7 Stanley Cup, 11 Stanley Cup appearances. And, we always say the people from Captain Madeleine in Quebec are some of the nicest and toughest people. And at 5'11", 170 pounds, Talbot was just that. So 2 decades in the NHL, 7 cups. There's been discussion about him possibly getting the Hockey Hall of Fame. But like I said, I've said before, tons of Montreal Canadiens win more than 5 cups, including Ralph Backstrom, not in the Hall of Fame, or would even be considered, because by my knowledge, like I said in the previous podcast, there's at least 40-some players that have 5 cups or more. If you look at 1956 to 1960 and from 1966 to 1971, in that era, you can't put everybody in. Now, Jean-Guy Talbot, his time as a coach wasn't prestigious. So we're seeing more and more now players with a major NHL playing career combined with a major coaching career are getting in, which might be a more trend. If you combine that, he doesn't click all the boxes for me because I saw him play, and no offense, he was a very good, number 5 defenseman. And how many number 5 defensemen get into the Hockey Hall of Fame? I would gladly put him in the Montreal Canadiens Hall of Fame. He's a top 100 Montreal Canadian player for sure. But Hockey Hall of Fame, again, yet to be determined. Have a good evening. Bye.